Well, good evening, folks. I'm back again. 2 days in a row. Hey, that's a record. Yep, just me and Lucy sitting here. And I see that YouTube has logged in. They never chat. They just come on and monitor, but they never say nothing. Okay, well, I got someone else in here. Who have we got? Hey, we got someone else in here. So we got 3 people watching tonight, and we're going to be talking about moringa. I was going to make a video today of harvesting my moringa outside because it's supposed to get down really, really cold tonight. So maybe it'll live through tonight, but I'll get it in here tomorrow night for sure. Yeah, moringa is a subtropical tree, and it's been known to cure over 300 different diseases, including but not limited to diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, sickle cell anemia, ulcers, cleans your liver, cleans all your gut for sure, guarantee. Good evening, Crystal Johnson. How are you this evening, my friend? And the moringa has been used for over 7,000 years by the people of India. And it was found back, I think it was around the 80s. We're doing great here tonight, Crystal. It was found by some missionaries back in the 80s, and they brought it to the United States, brought seeds to the United States, and they were successful in getting it to grow. And now, what is it, 40 years, 30 years later? 40 years, I think it is. Anyway, it grows all over the southern states, if you plant it, that is. Okay, very good, Crystal. Very good.
I'll go get mushroom. Yay or nay?
Yay. And it's the entire tree can be eaten, everything from the top of the new growth all the way down to the roots. And it has pods on it. There was a tree, I can't remember what kind of tree it is. I used to see when I was a kid. It had these long, flat pods, kind of like a green bean, except they were brown. And this tree has the same thing, except they're green. And inside the pods are seeds. And you can chop up the pods when they're green. Hey, don't have any locusts here. Nope, just cold weather. Cold weather's starting to come in here for a couple of days, AG. Catalpa? Catalpa. I think that's a wine, isn't it? I don't know what catalpa is. We got cantaloupe. Catalpa. I've heard of it. Why do I have headphones on? I don't know.
Got watermelon.
Yeah, we got watermelon. One of these, what are you?
Sugar baby.
Sugar baby watermelons. Got 2 more out there. They're not quite big enough to pick yet, AG. Oh, the locust tree. That it was a locust tree. I thought you were asking me if we had locusts around here. Look at my hair again. Bad hair day. Anyway, I'll get her to cut it off a couple of days, maybe. I don't know.
This weekend.
But anyway, the moringa tree has pods just like the locust tree. And when they're green, you can chop them up. Chop them up into pieces and put it in soups and stuff like that. Very nutritious. The moringa tree is known to be the most nutritious plant in the world, and it's the fastest growing tree in the world. I personally have some growing outside that I'm going to show you tomorrow. And I make up my own pills, well, capsules, as you can see here. Got a bunch of them made up. And then I have some, just the regular loose leaf that we use for making moringa tea. And, but I had arthritis real bad about a year or so ago. And I started taking moringa. And I mean, man, it's like overnight, almost 3 days. And I didn't have arthritis pains anymore, and I still don't a year later. It doesn't work the same for every single person. It doesn't work the same for all kinds of arthritis. But what it does is it reduces inflammation. It lowers your blood sugar level, and it lowers your blood pressure. So if you have any problems with those two things, you might consider trying it. Does it work on COVID? I'm not sure about that. I don't know what COVID-19 is.
I don't think nobody does.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does. Because around here, the police don't wear masks. We went in a restaurant the other night. There were 4 police officers there. They didn't have masks on, so we didn't put ours on. And then we went to an auction, and nobody had masks on. So I don't know if it's overplayed or what. And I'm sure YouTube is going to censor this video. I made 2 videos last night, and one of them didn't appear yet. I don't know if they're reviewing it or what they're going to do. But I don't know. AG, I can't answer that question. I certainly wish I could. But, there are doctors. There's a doctor out in Texas that says the inhaler for asthma works for COVID-19. And he has hundreds of patients that he has successfully cured of COVID-19 just by having them puff on their little puffers. And he sent a letter to President Trump informing him of this. And this was way back in the early stages. And I think it was just overlooked, or someone didn't bother to tell Trump about it, But anyway, so much for that. But the moringa does do fantastic things. And I'll tell you another thing too. You can cut yourself. Don't do it on purpose. But if you get a cut, you can take some of the moringa, the loose leaf moringa. I'll show you. Okay, there's loose leaf moringa. Okay, and this is before it's. Oops, dumped it on my keyboard. Ha! How smart was that? This is before it's been through the blender. You put it in the blender to make it into powder, and I'll tell you, it's pure protein. I mean, it's got all the amino acids that the body requires, and it has a wonderful vegetable smell to it. And the only thing gross about it is not using it. Trust me. My wife doesn't seem to like it because it don't taste good. Well, I put honey in mine. It tastes fine to me. and I'm trying to clean this off my keyboard here. And I had one kid come on one night and ask me, can you smoke it? So I knew where he was coming from. I said, well, why not? It's a leaf. It's a vegetable if you want to smoke a vegetable. So I took my cigarette rolling machine and I rolled me one cigarette made out of moringa, and I smoked it. And I got the worst headache I ever had in my life. So you can smoke it if you want to, but don't tell nobody I told you to, because you would get a bad headache. No, but seriously, it detoxes your body, cleans your blood, cleans your kidneys, your liver, your pancreas. It cleans your system out. It detoxifies you. And you'll definitely know that if you try it for a couple days. You'll notice a difference in your trips to the restroom. They'll be a little more frequent. But after a couple days, that will all subside. That's part of, cleansing your system out. But I bought a kilo of moringa from Kendrick down there in Florida, and he sent me up a kilo of it, and I opened one bag, and that's what I made my pills and all that out of. And right here is half a kilo of moringa that came from Numa Nursery, and that's a half a kilo right there. A kilo is 2.25 pounds. So this is, like 1.25 pounds. But, you can take it and put it in a salt shaker and set it on the table next to your salt and pepper and just sprinkle it on your food. You don't have to put it in capsules or make tea out of it or anything like that. You just put it on your food, just like salt and pepper. And it'll definitely work for you. I guarantee you it'll do something for you, because not everybody is healthy as Jack LaLanne. Now, Yule Gibbons, he died of something, and they thought maybe it was something he ate. That's the guy that eats wild hickory nuts. Yeah, he was quite a character in his day. He was a neat guy, though. He could walk through the woods and pick up a pine cone and tell you which one was safe to eat and which one wasn't. Yule Gibbons was his name. And Jack LaLanne is that,
Exercise.
the exercise guy. I don't know. I don't think he's alive anymore, because I think he was 70 years old when I was 10 watching him on TV. But no, the moringa, if you want to check more into moringa and see medical facts about moringa, go into Google and do a Google search for moringa research papers. And there's not a lot of them. I think the last time I checked, there was like 375,000 research papers written about moringa and the benefits of moringa and exactly what moringa has in it and exactly what moringa does for your body.
Water or milk.
Milk. And but for anybody that's skeptical, go check that out. I urge you to do your research on it. The National Institute of Health has deemed moringa to be the new superfood of the world. It's the world's most nutritious plant. And, you can see, it has antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties to it. And that's how it takes care of the arthritis, because arthritis is inflammation around the joints, you know. Um, and I can remember my father, his hands used to be all crippled up like this with arthritis. Mine wasn't that bad, but you could just see every single knuckle was swollen up, and he couldn't even bend his fingers anymore. Um, and I just wish I would have found this plant years ago. Um, my dad died 19 years ago this year, and I just found out about the plant about 2 years ago. Yeah, because last year I had a crop of it, and then again this year I had a crop, and hopefully my crop won't freeze tonight. I don't know that it's supposed to get down into it's supposed to get into the 30s, but I don't know about freezing. But I plan on going out and getting whatever survives tonight. I'll try and do a live video of it tomorrow if it's not raining. It's supposed to rain today and tomorrow, or tonight and Friday. But I'll definitely get it harvested tomorrow for sure, because I don't want to lose that. That's, you know, when you grow it yourself, you know what you're getting. And I'll tell you, when I started taking it, I had a little baby spoon. I'm in South Carolina, AG. I'm in the upstate of South Carolina, northwest corner of the state, near Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee. And I'm about 6 hours west of Myrtle Beach. So, you know.
And it was storming bad in Charleston.
Up towards the mountains, what?
It was bad in Charleston, Thompson.
And something is bad in Charleston.
The weather.
Oh,
He was
the
getting
weather
hurt.
is bad in Charleston. My son has to run down there a couple times a week with his job. Yeah, it's supposed to, look up what the temperature is supposed to be tonight.
That's what I'm fixing to do. $66.
I thought you said it was in the 30s.
Supposed to get down Sunday and Monday,
Oh, Sunday and Monday it's supposed to get down
not
into
to
the
30 in the 40s.
In the 40s. Okay, that just changed. So I can, the ones that I have in pots, I'm going to bring them in the house. And my wife don't know this, but we're going to have to shut the air conditioner off, keep these things alive. But I'm going to try something new this year. Last year I was not successful in having my trees winter over. But this year what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some black plastic and I put it around the base of the trees and then cover them with a piece of black plastic and see if I can get it to survive the winter. Because if the roots don't freeze, the trees will come up next year. And the ones that I have in flower pots, they're only about maybe 12 or 14 inches at the tallest. But the ones that I have planted in the ground, now they're up 6 to 7 feet. 6 or 7, not 67. They're supposed to grow about around about 18 feet in 1 year. But that's when if you have a 12-month growing season, which we don't. I just planted mine 5 months ago, and they're already 6 and 7 feet tall. So I got a lot of experimenting to do with them, and I've been giving trees away to people all over the place. In fact, I just sent some Moringa tree seeds to a lady down in New Orleans. One of her trees got broken, and I didn't tell her, but all she has to do is take that tree and stick it in the ground, even though it's broke off, and it'll regrow its roots and continue growing as a nice tree. Um, but I sent her a dozen seeds. Okay, very good, AJ. Thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you for your questions. And if you have any more questions, feel free to jump in and ask them. And take care of the kids. We'll talk to you later, my friend. But for the other three people that are still on, okay, let me see what my wife thinks is so important here. CDC director suggests a face mask is better than a vaccine. A face mask is better than a vaccine.
Tells you how good the vaccine's gonna be.
Huh?
Tells you how good the vaccine's gonna be.
Can you email me that?
No.
Forward it to me or whatever. So that when we get arrested someday for not wearing our mask, I can quote that. No, but the moringa is a very beneficial, nutrient-rich plant. And, you know, if you go to newmanursery.com or newmanursery.com, I don't remember what his other YouTube channel was. Well, anyway, you go to YouTube or go to newmanursery.com and you can see Kendrick's site, his website, and there should be a YouTube link there. And watch some of his videos. You'll love it. He explains everything about moringa and how to make moringa tea, and all kinds of stuff. But one thing strange that he does is he'll make a video, like he made a video, Moringa Monday or Monday Moringa that they do on Monday mornings. And it'll run for an hour or hour and a half, very informative video. But then somebody takes the video and chops it up into pieces and puts it on in pieces, even though it's also on there as a 1.5 hour show. And I can understand why he does that, because some people tune in just to find out how to grow it. Some people tune in to find out how to get into the Moringa Growers Co-op. That's his YouTube channel, Moringa Growers Co-op. And so I guess they take and chop sections of the 1 hour video up into, like 5-minute segments and put each different thing on there. So you can find it easily without having to watch through the entire video to find what you're looking for. But I don't sell my moringa. I probably should. I give it away, but why should I give something away that somebody can go to India and dig up out of the ground? They also have it in the Philippines. They also have it in Texas. They have it in Arizona. They have it in California. There's even people growing it in New York, in Louisiana. I wish I knew all the places where they did grow it, because it comes from Africa and India. I don't know if China got their hands into it yet or not. I'm sure they'd screwed up if they did. But it's really an amazing plant. I have to attest it brought my blood sugar down. My sugar used to be, around 120 in the mornings when I checked it first thing before drinking anything or eating anything. It'd be about 120. Now, after taking Moringa, my sugar level is about between 55 and 60 in the mornings, which I know is a little bit low, but I'd rather have it a little bit low than way too high, you know? Um, get that paper off the refrigerator door, sliding scale.
That's been up there since time.
I've got a sheet here that my doctor gave to me. It's a sliding scale for taking insulin, okay? Now, if your blood sugar is it?
Below.
If it's below 60, then you need to go to the emergency room or call your doctor. And, then it has 61 to 200. You don't take any units. 201 to 250, you take 2 units of insulin right on down the sliding scale. Now, if you get to 401, then that's when your blood actually starts turning into acid. It's called acidosis. And it's just like airplane glue, basically, and it can kill you. That's what killed my brother 20 years ago this year. His sugar had been so high, his would be like in the 600s so often, and he'd end up in the hospital for a week or 2 weeks, getting fluids and everything else to counteract that acidic blood. And but each time it does that, now I'm not a doctor, okay? I wish I was, because I'd go nuts with this flu thing going on. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not